Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to an early look at In Verbis Virtus. I probably mispronounced that. Anyway, this is a game that's available on Steam Early Access. It is a mage game. You are it's a puzzle platform first-person mage game. How about that? That makes sense? No, didn't think so. The main thing with this is you can cast spells using your own voice, which is amazing. So let's hop in here. We're going to start a new game. I'm going to cut off the intro sequence just because why not? Don't want to spoil it. How about that? All right, here we go. Alright, so here we are, waking up from presumably heat stroke, and we are in front of this crazy looking rock formation that is really in the middle of buttfuck nowhere. So let's run in here. It's giving us our controls. Look around with your mouse, WASD to walk, and space to jump. Sprint is shift. And I have done this a few times already. So I know where I'm going. I don't have to look around. But you may want to. Currently, things look pretty boring. Let's be honest. This does not look very interesting at all. It's just some rocks. And sand. So there's your prompt for running. And there's a lot of places here that look like you can climb up them. Although I have yet to actually try. Yeah, no. Nope, can't get up them. So the trick with this game is it does require a microphone. So yeah, if you don't have a microphone, this game is going to be a little more challenging than it's supposed to. Seeing as how most of the puzzles require, or all of the puzzles pretty much, require you to use some form of magic. And yeah, you need that magic. To cast that magic, you need your voice. So what we're doing here is we are igniting the words, because it's the words that have power. It's not the words choosing what your power is going to be, as I kind of understand traditional magic to be. Oh, great. The pillar's in the way. I was hoping to actually not have the pillar in the way. Anyway, so it's the words that have the power, not you. It's kind of weird. So you've got this journal here, which, you know, the Mahaki language, you know, nice little story which gives you hints to the puzzles that are coming up. So let's head down here. So if I had to say one problem I have with the gameplay itself, a little texture nipple there, there's a lot of backtracking. So it's, as you come to here, you come to this T-junction. And for me, the way I figure things are, okay, which one is better lit? Which one looks more interesting? And currently they're both identical. And then it's to the right. Wrong way. I also tend to explore all the different nooks and crannies. Like there's this, which doesn't really have a whole lot. Let's see if I can, yeah, I can access this. So this adds a journal entry, just part of the documents, Genesis 1. That's just part of the lore. Otherwise, there's nothing else in this room. Nothing. At least not that I've found so far. Again, there's a lot of backtracking. I'm just trying to get to the first spell right now. So here we are in the spell chamber. I don't know actually what it's called, but I call it a spell chamber. And here we are. We've just learnt a spell. But what spell have we learnt? Well, let's check our journal. And handily, it's got us on spells. We've learnt Let There Be Light, which would be what you would say if you were saying this in English. But it's right here. And if you don't know how to pronounce it, you can click on it.
Lume Tial.
Lume Tial. Excellent. So, what does it do? Who knows? Why would we want to, find out? It's not like we're playing a game that's based around magic. And then it seems like at the back of every one of these, at least the ones I've found, there is always a journal entry. So it never hurts to get it. It doesn't necessarily help, but it doesn't hurt. So let's try this. In order to cast the spell, you need your microphone on and unmuted, and, I'm recording, so it better be unmuted. And then you click. You do good old left click. Lume Tial. Lume Tial. There we go. It's because I was talking before. I held the mouse button down and said words and then said words. Doesn't work like that. What is this? This is just that. Hold on. No. Is this? No, that's that room. I thought it was a different room for some reason. Woohoo. I'm going cuckoo. Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Alright, so now we got this room, which we completely bypassed. And if we didn't have anything on, you guys can't see a damned thing. I actually have the brightness turned up in the game. There, you can kind of see a little bit of a rock formation and then nothing. Lume Tial. But with this on, you can see the rocks. So this is where the puzzling comes in. There's a lot of parkour, and that's what happens when you fall off. The game does suffer, on my computer at least, from massive frame rate issues. It's clearly not optimized, but then you get into chambers like this, which is what I am kind of blaming for the frame rate. There are so many light sources and particle effects. It is nuts, but it looks gorgeous. There is no field of view slider, which I really hope they're going to implement. I do personally find the field of view a little bit constricting in this, but it's okay. It looks like in the config files it's set to 90, which should be okay, but I would like to maybe bump it up to 110. Oh, wow, I totally cocked that up. Hooray! There we go. Got it. So we need to jump across here. Sometimes the parkouring is a little spotty. Like some of these round rocks, if you don't get them right at the right spot, you'll actually stick on them or slide off. So just a few quirks here and there that need to be rectified. Obviously, it is still very early in development. I think it is still early alpha. And there's a big pit of nothing down there. And here we go, another spell. Let's go and grab the back side of this. Ta-da! And in order to clear your spells, you just right-click. Now, that one, it didn't tell us what it was, but we have to go here. Beam of Light, which is...
Ectolume.
This has to be the greatest feature in the game. And kind of required, really. Ectolume. And you've got a beam of light. A beam of light. It does have this, like, arc to it when you get closer. It's kind of weird. I don't know why it does that, but, you know, whatever, it works. And what do you do with this? Well, you see these glowing orbs? This is the first point where you would use this. You would hover over top of it. Now, these do have a problem. As you can see, it started moving. And you'd think that as soon as that little shield pops up, right there, it would move. But no, you've got to hold it for a little bit longer. Just a couple seconds. Or just like half a second, actually. But if you move off as soon as it comes up, it's not going to happen. Lume Tial. I like to have the light source on at all times. Because it's fucking dark. This game is dark. Very, very dark. And you spend most of your time, or at least the first area, in these caverns that are just destroyed. And then you've got this room. I don't know what the hell this room is. You come to this room, there's nothing. I spent almost an hour trying to parkour across these. And, you know, 30 seconds of just looking would tell you, yeah, you can't do that. Like, you can jump on that, maybe get on there, and get on there. And that's the closest. None of these get up high enough. So it kind of looks like maybe you get a spell or something to build a bridge. I have not gotten that far. The puzzles in this are a little bit challenging, a little bit complicated, and at times can be a little insane. Alright, let's get back to where we need to go. I always go to the right. And I should... See, I'm kind of stuck there. There we go. Should start going to the left. Geronimo! Pocahontas! There we go. That's actually the best I've done on that. Congratulations, me. And then here, where it's kind of stops, don't jump off. Wait till it goes up a little bit more. But this is kind of what I'm talking about with the backtracking. Like, you go, and then you come back, and you go, and you come back. And I have to, presumably, I have to come all the way back here to get to that other room at some point. Like, I'm in a whole nother area, it feels like. And I still don't know what to do with that. So, I'm not sure. And do not sprint around that corner without looking. I did that once. I didn't have the light up, and I stopped right at the edge. Right at the edge. Ran into a bug where this area we're going to now, which is the right path. When we first came in, I know I'm just kind of whipping around. Sorry about that if anyone's getting nauseous. This path here, if we come down this way, that's the entranceway that we came in. So that's that stairway that we came down. We came down this way, and then we had that right and left path that I was talking about, where they're both pretty much identical. And normally I would go right, which is what I actually did the first time, and got confused because there was nothing there. So here we are. This is a kind of a drop down unceremoniously area without getting yourself killed. If you fall directly from the top, you're gonna die, and you don't want to do that. So let's run down this way. And more parkouring. You can make this jump here if you do like a sprint jump. I don't do that because I don't do that. The first time I did it like that. But lately I don't. Alright, and here we are. And then we come into this mushroom room, which at first glance looks pretty damn pointless. It really does. There's nothing here but mushrooms. But there is this, which gives you a journal entry. The Observer, I believe is what that is. And that tells you how to beat... What am I stuck on? Right. Weird collision issue. Whatever. Not a big deal. Even in the final game, that wouldn't be a big deal. And jump over here. And by jump, I mean walk. And don't go getting all safe when coming across there. You can still fall and die. Same thing with here, although it is less. So this is another one of those frame rate dead areas. It looks beautiful, but just kills the frame rate. Coming over here, my frame rate is now climbing back up, which is always nice. So this is where I got to, and it was bugged. This elevator here was at the top and wasn't moving. And it should be moving. Alright, so here we are in the bottom. So that elevator will just keep going up and down. I personally think it needs a little bit more of a delay at the top and bottom. But overall, it's not horrible. And we come into this room. This is the first chamber I came to when I played the game the first time. Because I went right. And you're like, you don't have any spell whatsoever. You've got nothing. And you're like, what am I supposed to do here? Like, can I interact with anything? Like, you've got this here. Oh, good. Someone has their stereo going in their $2 car with their $2,000 bass. All you hear is rattle, 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 rattle. Anyway, enough of outside. You're like, what the frick do I do here? Oh, I'm so confused. But turns out it's not so hard once you've got Ectolume. How's that for awesome segue? Which one is it? That one. So this is kind of an issue. This is where I think the field of view needs to be higher. You have to hit that one, which hits the orb above this, which opens the door. But you can't see or tell what's going on. You've got an audio cue of the door opening, but that's about it. Field of view or, you know, something. I don't know. It's not bad, but it's not ideal. I don't know. Lumetial. Get some light in here. I also want to know who the hell is maintaining these torches. And, well, why? They're not emitting any real light. These mushrooms are emitting more light. Alright, and another T section where you would go right, normally, but then you'd play it and you'd think, oh, I should go left. Nope. Dead end. It's just trolly. It really is. So now we go this way to another area, which, let's hop down here. We're getting close to where I'm going to end the... Oh, totally missed that jump. Okay, anyway. Made it. So we're into this area that almost looks more mechanical than magical. It really does to me. And you've got this area. This is probably one of the most complicated puzzles. Actually, no, this is the most complicated puzzle I've run across so far. Because there's nothing you can beam a light onto. There's really nothing. There's this here. All it does is say it's the mark of command. It doesn't actually do anything. There's no indication of anything about it. And then, oh, hold on. And then there's this guy. And by this guy, I mean it's just a piece of metal. Or, it's a couple pieces of metal. Maybe some rocks. I fell down. Can't get out. I've fallen and I can't get up. Anyway. So, this guy is who you gotta go see. But you gotta go see him in a special way. this is where the journal entries come in. The observer. The eye of the Trinity watches you, but you do not have to reciprocate. You must go to it, but without haste, because patience is the duty of the pilgrim, and only in his presence, and not before one can contemplate its greatness. It's basically telling you what to do, but it's telling you very vaguely. And yeah, it's confusing. So my thought was, okay, you don't have to observe it, but you can just walk up to it. You could observe it. I did this. I sat here like this for a while. I even turned off my magic just in case. And nothing. Nothing at all. Now, one thing I also did is because I sprinted down this, I actually went all the way up to the top. All the way up to the top. And walked all the way down. Slowly walking, 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 walking. La 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 la. And I was like, da 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 da. Nothing. Apparently what you need to do, and I don't know if you need to be this far back, but you look at your feet. And you somehow make it to him. And this is where I'm going to end it, because this brings up a cutscene. So, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And we will see you next time.